Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kaylee. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm excited because we are reviewing the new Arabesque palette. This is from the brand Bad Habit and you can buy this on the Hush app. It's just an app that has a lot of great makeup products on there, especially if you like to save money and you can't necessarily afford high-end eyeshadow palettes, but you're into makeup. You will love the Hush app because it's just full of really great products. Look how pretty this packaging is. It's just a very nice, sleek looking palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. Like honestly, look how beautiful this layout is. It's stunning. So as you can see here, this is a dupe for the Soft Glam palette, which has been out for a couple of months now. That is the newest of the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes. I personally did not buy it because I already own the Modern Renaissance and the Prism palette. If you're new to makeup or if you're new to eyeshadow, it's your first eyeshadow palette that you are purchasing, I think that the Soft Glam palette is a perfect go-to for someone who is getting into eyeshadow, or maybe you do makeup for like clients that you want to have a good palette with a lot of basics, neutrals. You can create a lot of different looks using this palette. We get different packaging and we get a different layout and all of the shades have different names. So it is a different palette, but it is technically a knockoff. If you're in the market for a new palette, or if you've had your eye on the Soft Glam palette but don't necessarily want to spend $42 on an eyeshadow palette, this might be the palette for you, my friend. So we're gonna see if this $16 dupe is worth your money and worth you purchasing it instead of the Soft Glam palette to save yourself some money. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure to go ahead and click that red button right down below that says subscribe. I put out new videos every week and I would love for you guys to be subscribed to my channel. So yeah, if you guys are ready to see the review of this Arabesque palette, then please keep watching and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to quickly just prime my eyes using a little bit of the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. Like I say in every video, this is just what works well for me. By all means, use whatever eyeshadow base works well for you. So real quickly before we get started with this tutorial, I am going to go ahead and swatch all these colors just on my arm here so that you guys can see what they look like. Alright, so here are all the swatches. It is a very pigmented feeling, like barely touching the color. Actually picks up a lot of color and that black looks like a good black. All right, I was cold, but now I'm already hot. I did also want to mention, guys, before we get started, the size of this palette in comparison to the Soft Glam palette. With all of Anastasia's palettes like this, the Prism and the Modern Renaissance and the Soft Glam palette, you get 14 colors and each shade you get 0.02 ounces of product for each shade. This palette is a little bit bigger in size, as you can see here next to the Modern Renaissance, and the pan size is a little bit bigger. So with this palette, you do actually get 0.03 ounces of product for each color, so you are getting even more product with this palette, with it being only $16 instead of $42. I just wanted to quickly mention that to you guys as well. Let's go ahead, dive into this palette. First, we're gonna go ahead and go into this color right here. It's very, very powdery. As soon as you dip a brush into it, I just went into this, and as you can see, it is kicking up. So it's looking much more of a warmer, deeper brown than the like orangey kind of color I was thinking. It is super pigmented going into it. Like I said, I'm barely picking up any product here, and look at how nice and pigmented this is. We're just taking this right into the crease and bring it down here into the inner corner. So that is the first color down. As you can see, it's very pigmented and it blends like a dream. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and switch over to this color here. We are also switching to the M433, one of my very favorite blending brushes from Morphe. The shade dipping into it did kick up significantly in the pan. We're just gonna place this right starting at the outer corner, right in the crease, and we're just gonna start deepening that area up, bringing it all the way in to the inner corner here. All right, so again, blending very, very easily, very pigmented shade. We are getting a little bit of fallout here. It's to be expected when you're working with pigmented eyeshadows. So, all right, just as a little precaution here, I did lay down a little bit of extra powder under my eyes just to catch any additional fallout. We're gonna go into this really deep brown shade, and I haven't really used this brush as a crease brush before. I use it more so on blending the lower lash line, but I kind of really just want to keep this shade right in the crease. And this is the smallest brush I have on hand at the moment. Okay, so I kind of decided halfway through that shade that I really wanted to bring it down onto the lip, kind of on the inner and the outer corner here. We're just gonna blend that edge out. Now I'm gonna go ahead in with a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape and a flat brush, and we're just gonna cut out my crease just in the center of my lid and kind of do a little bit of a spotlight. And I'm just gonna go back in and kind of darken up again with that same brown shade we were using. All right, so I think I'm gonna first go in with this really deep shade right here, and I'm gonna dampen another flat little brush. Anytime I'm using a brush, I always get them wet. So I'm gonna lay this going right up to that concealer. Now we're gonna go into this really pretty metallic pinky shade right here. You know, I'm not the best at these really intricate looks, and I definitely don't have all the tools necessary to like execute them well, but I've just been seeing a lot of people do this kind of like shape lately, and I just think it's really pretty, so I just thought I would kind of attempt it. I'm not the best makeup artist, and I definitely don't claim to be, but you know, it's fun to try to experiment and push your limits even beyond what you really think you're capable of. We're gonna pick up this really pretty like peachy, pinky, gold shade right in the center. And just covering up that little bit of concealer that we left exposed. I'm gonna pick up this shade right here, and we're just gonna pick up like a little bit of that and just do a really light blend up here to just help that whole situation. Okay, now let's go ahead down onto the lower lash line, and for that I'm gonna continue with that same shade, and I just wanna smoke that all over the lower lash line. And we are looking cakey. I'm really just sweeping this color pretty far down my lower lash line. All right, now let's go ahead into this color here. This is like a nice medium warm brown shade. We're gonna take that one a little bit closer to the lash line. All right, now I really want to use the black in this palette just because it looked so like beautiful. It's always really nice to have a good black in an eyeshadow palette, so I'm hoping that this one goes on really nice. I'm just gonna go into this using the M432. This is just a really nice flat definer brush, and I'm just gonna take this right along that lower lash line. That looks really nice. All right, I almost forgot inner corner highlight, so for that I wanna use this really bright champagne-y gold shade, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of this right on my pinky and pop that right in the inner corner right here. Yeah, because we needed it. It looks much better. Go ahead and highlight the brow bone a little bit with this shade as well. All right, now I'm gonna pop on some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back. All right, let's go ahead and finish up with a little lipstick. Rimmel London Kate number 42, and the lashes that I used are the Ardell Studio Effect Wispies. This is the completed look here. I think that this eye look actually came out really good. Like I said, I'm definitely not that experienced with doing like this kind of eye. I think that This eyeshadow palette is honestly 100% like worth your money. For $16, this is an awesome eyeshadow palette. You're definitely not skimping on the quality whatsoever. I think you will be 100% happy whether you get this palette or of course the Soft Glam palette. If you want to save yourself a good amount of money, I think that this is an awesome dupe for that palette. Same blendability and creaminess that you get with an Anastasia palette. Of course, you're not getting the name, so if that's something that's very important to you, I'm gonna let you guys decide. I went into this during my last review video comparing the Royals palette to the Modern Renaissance palette. Honestly, it's your personal opinion if you think that it's ripping off the Anastasia name, which I'm not gonna lie to you, it is totally a ripoff of that palette. Yeah, they changed the packaging. Yeah, they changed the names and the layout of the palette itself, but it's still taking another person's design and claiming it as your own and making money off of it and blah, blah, blah. So it's your own personal opinion. I'm definitely not gonna judge you. I mean, I bought this eyeshadow palette to try out because I think it's really beautiful. If you're into makeup, if you're just getting into makeup, if you do makeup for other people, I think this is an excellent palette. The price is awesome. The quality is awesome. I can't say anymore. This is a really great palette. So yeah, that is it for this video, you guys. Be sure to subscribe before you leave. It's the red button right down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know and I can do more videos like this on my channel in the future. All right, I think that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome week and I will see you in my next video. What are you guys doing after this? I am going to put on my jammies. Gonna watch some Riverdale. Maybe some cookie cake and go to bed. This color here, right here. We're really close right now and you can see everything. You know how in pictures you can edit out your blemishes? You can't do that in this video. I can't do that. Amazing enough, I still feel like it looks pretty good. Haven't washed my hair in like 4 days. Basically where my under eye wrinkles and bags stop. That's where we're gonna stop this color. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. It's like 1,000 degrees in here.